there's Banjo Boogie. We had a question on one of my Plectrum Banjo videos about the F9 chord. Let's get into it. There are at least 3 ways to play the F9 chord. The first one I'm going to show you is probably the most important. And if you think about playing an F chord, let's say you're in open tuning, this would be like the F, some people call it the F shape. In plectrum tuning, this is actually an F7. This note right here is E flat, that's an F7. And the way you play an F9 is the 9 is a G, so like one note after your root note, octave up, that's a 9. So a G is right there. So how to play that with that. Where your ring finger is, you got ring middle, you're actually going to play those 2 frets as middle index now. So we shifted up one position with these fingers, and now this string I'm going to play the 4th fret, which is an octave of that E flat, and then our pinky can get that 9. Great chord, and we use it a lot going from here to here, so you can kind of practice switching back and forth is a good idea, or even going up to this F7, because if you wanted to play in a melody, let's say you had, then you might play Figaro, okay? So that's your F9 right there. Okay, we get 2 more. Let's go, this is the second one. I just call this maybe the 3rd most useful, okay? We don't use this one too much, but you definitely can. So an F shape is here, an F7 is here. I can make a whole video about that chord. I play it like this. And so the 9, that G, you could just, if you play guitar, it's almost like starting an E major chord, this shape, right? 5, 5, 4, and then you'd have that 5 there. Okay, not bad. I just don't use it as much because that one's really nice and it gets you closer to that. Anyways, the other one I do really like, and it's built off this barred shape, so if you're playing F up here, an F7 is going to be like that, where instead of 9, 10, 10, 10, we're playing 9, 8, 10, 10. And then to play the 9th, you would take that finger off the 2nd string and just bar with the index. So now it's 9, 8, 8, 10. And I love this chord. If you're just playing like an F or an F7, this one sounds really nice, a way to jazz up your chords. I also want to say with 9ths, a lot of times the chord symbol will say, F7add9, and a lot of times it's referring to the melody is playing the 9th chord or 9th note. So it's really in the melody, and it's not like every rhythm section player has to play it, play the 9th. In fact, sometimes I think it sounds like not great when everybody's playing that melody note in the chord just because it's in the chord symbol.